Welcome to Cory's Conscious Living.
Hi friends, just a quick message. If you are enjoying the content of this channel and you think you would like to take the time to support me, anything is appreciated, even $1 a month if you want to. Check out the link down below. Patreon. Thank you. Namaste and enjoy your meditation.
Are you ready to meditate with Cory? Make sure that everything is just right. You've got your comfortable PJs on. You're snuggled up in bed. You're laying in your favorite comfortable position and you're ready to listen and relax and let go of your day. Heidi, Cherry and Vaya had a visitor. Monica, one of their friends, came over. Monica was a little girl that loved to read to the cats, and she was super excited on this particular day because she'd found a very magical book. That's what she said. It was a magical book. The cats were excited about the prospects of having a magical book, but magical, the word magical, could be used in many different ways, and magical unicorns, magical fairies, magical rainbows. They wanted her to come over and read the magical book, but they weren't super excited about it. When Monica got there, she got the cats all snuggled up on their cat bed. Are we ready? Are we ready for this? Are we ready to go on a magical journey? She said. Cherry said, well, we're ready, we're excited, we're ready, but we're not like overly excited, but we're ready to listen, all right? And Heidi said, I'm ready too. I'm ready to listen to a story. I'm ready to relax. It's been a very long day, but I don't know about how magical it's going to be, but I'm ready. And Vaya said, me princess? Me princesses in the book? Is there princesses in the book? Because if there's princesses in the book, then me ready, me very ready. Me think everything is magical. So the cats all laid there and waited for Monica to open this magical book of hers. The book was a very big book. When she took it out of her backpack, the cats looked at it like, wow, that's going to take a really long time to read that book. It had at least over 100 pages in it. It was thick and heavy, and it was a hardback book, and the outside of the book was red, bright red, and all it said on the front was Daydreamer. That was it. There's no other writing, no other pictures or anything, just a big red book with the words Daydreamer written on the outside. Cherry started to get a little bit more intrigued, but she wasn't super excited at this point. Monica opened the book and started to read to them. Once upon a time, a long, long time ago, something started to happen. The cats were listening to Monica, but something started to tingle in their little cat bodies. Their paws started to tingle first, and then their noses twitched and tingled, and then their whiskers shook and twitched and tingled, and then it felt like their entire bodies started to tingle all over. Monica carried on reading, but her words seemed to drift off into the background, disappearing into nowhere. They got silent. They started to lose their focus from what she was saying without even trying. It was like they were trying to listen to Monica a long, long time ago, far, far away, in the middle of nowhere, and then the words would just drift off Their concentration would just drift off, and this tingling sensation just took over until they found themselves in the middle of the jungle, talking to a sloth called Phoebe. Phoebe the sloth. She talked very slow. "What are you guys doing here?" said Phoebe. The cats all looked at each other, didn't know what they were doing there, couldn't believe their eyes, didn't realize that they were all in the middle of the jungle, in the middle of nowhere. All replied at the same time. We don't know. Cherry said, Oh my gosh! Why are we in the jungle? And who are you? And what? We were having a story. We were listening to a story. Where's Monica? Oh no, Heidi, we lost Monica. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? And she was rubbing her eyes. Do you see that we're in the jungle? Is it just me that's imagining that we're in the jungle? Or are we really in the jungle? Are we really standing in front of this sloth? What's happening? Heidi said, "No, we're really in the jungle, and we're really here with this sloth. Maybe we're here for a reason. Let's just listen. Let's just be present. Let's just stop for a second. Don't panic. Pay attention." Vaya just nodded. "Yeah, me thinks so too. Me thinks so too." And they looked at the sloth, and the sloth, Phoebe, said, "Why don't you just sit down?" The cat sat down. "Why don't you just take a breath?" The cats, all three of them, took a nice big deep breath. "Why don't you close your eyes?" Heidi looked at Cherry. Cherry looked at Heidi. Cherry said, "I think she's trying to hypnotize us. I think she's trying to make us go to sleep. What do you think?" Heidi said, "I think so too, but maybe that's why we're here. Maybe this is what we're supposed to be experiencing in the middle of the jungle with Phoebe the sloth. She has got a very relaxing voice." Cherry chuckled. "Are you taking the mickey out of Phoebe?" Heidi said, "No, not at all." And then they both giggled together. But they were listening, and they did what Phoebe said. And then Phoebe said, "Why don't you just lay down? Get comfortable." The cats did what Phoebe said. They lay down and they got comfortable. And all the sounds from the jungle, the birds, the screeching, the parrots, all the different sounds, all added into the sensations and relaxation that they were starting to feel from Phoebe the sloth's relaxing tone. Phoebe talked and talked and talked until all of a sudden they felt like they were floating. All three cats, eyes closed, laid down in the middle of the jungle, floating. So relaxed. Until they got that tingling feeling throughout their bodies again. And then, all of a sudden, they were back in the house with Monica. And she turned over the page. Cherry looked at Monica and said, What? What? Did you just do that? make it so that we went to the jungle. Did you do that? Was that the magical book? Is that what you mean by it being magical? She loved it. Cherry said, "What's next? What's on the next page? Start reading the next page, Monica. Start reading the next page." Monica started to read. Once upon a time, a long, long time ago. And then, just like before, their paws and their feet started to tingle. Their nose started to twitch. Their whiskers twitched. And everything in their body went tingly. And before you know it, they were with a kangaroo. A kangaroo that was bouncing all over, up and down and up and down, with a very worried expression. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, bounce, bounce, bounce. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, bounce, bounce, bounce. It looked like they were in the middle of nowhere in Australia with a kangaroo that looked very anxious and nervous. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. That's all the kangaroo was saying. Cherry looked at the kangaroo and started bouncing. Couldn't help herself. She was bouncing at the same time, at the same pace. Vaya started bouncing. She was bouncing at the same time, at the same place, and she really liked it. Me like bouncing. Me think this is fun. Oh, me love bouncing. And this sand under our feet is so soft to bounce on. Yay! Cherry managed to speak while she was frantically bouncing all over, trying to keep pace with the kangaroo. Why are you bouncing? Why are you bouncing like this? What's wrong? Why do you look so stressed and panicked? The kangaroo said, I don't know. I always feel like this. My name's Hip Hop, and I hip and I hop everywhere. And when I'm anxious, I can't sit still. I bounce and I bounce and I bounce and I bounce. And luckily I'm a kangaroo and I'm a really good bouncer. And I bounce and I bounce and I bounce and I bounce. But I can't sit still. And all I want to do is just bounce and move and bounce and move. Because it feels like everything inside of me is like tingling and crazy. And like butterflies and bumblebees and anything that runs and flies and jumps is inside of my body, and I just bounce and bounce. I can't sit still. I want to move. I want to run. I want to jump. I want to... Oh my goodness, said Heidi. I feel stressed and anxious just watching you. How about you just try to slow down? It was funny because, without even realizing, Heidi was acting as if she was Phoebe the sloth. She started to talk slower. Just slow down. Stop bouncing so much. Hold my paw. Slow down. Take a nice deep breath, said Heidi. Hip Hop, the kangaroo, listened, started to slow down a little bit, and holding on to Heidi's paw made it a little bit more difficult for Hip Hop to jump all over, backwards and forwards and round and round and round. She had to slow down a little bit. Cherry said, "Oh, thank goodness for that, because I'm so tired, and I feel really, really anxious, going so fast like that, bouncing, running, bouncing, running, bouncing, running. It's not good for your soul," said Cherry. "I need to do a bit of Phoebe and sit down and slow down and just be still, just so I can stop feeling like I'm gonna explode." All three of the cats stopped. They sat down. Everyone listened to Heidi. "There we go," said Heidi. "Doesn't that feel a little bit better? Just slowing down, calming down, maybe taking a nice deep breath. Doesn't that feel a little bit better, Hip Hop?" Hip Hop nodded. She did feel better. It was working. Why she was so anxious in the first place, we don't know. And does it matter why? It doesn't. But she did need help to slow down and calm down. And that's exactly what Heidi was doing. And then she got the tingles in her paws. All three of the cats got the tingly paws, the twitchy nose. And before you know it, they were pulled back, looking at Monica, turning the page in the Daydreamer book very slowly to the next page. Vaya said, "Me likey this book. Me think this is the bestest book you've ever read to us, Monica. Me like this book so much. Me really does think it's a magic book." Monica said, "I told you guys, but you didn't believe me. Are you ready for the next page?" Very slowly and carefully, she turned over the next page. There was a drumming sound. The tingling in their paws, their nose, their bodies got really intense for this page. Boom, 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 boom. Quite a bang, intensive drum. They found themselves in the forest. They were running next to a wolf. A wolf in the middle of Iron Hot Forest. And yes, the wolf was silver just like the moon. It was Luna. The banging, the boom, 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 boom wasn't someone in the forest playing a drum. They were connecting to Luna's heartbeat. They were running through the forest like a wolf, faster than the wind. It felt fantastic. Cherry couldn't believe it, how fast they were running. They'd not run like this and had this much space for the longest time. "Oh my gosh, this feels so good!" she shouted to Vaya and Heidi. And both Vaya and Heidi were just fascinated, connected, just intently running, feeling as if they were wolves themselves. It was like they were connected to Luna on an energy level. They could feel the blood running through her veins. They could feel the wind in her fur, her heart beating fast and strong, all underneath the moonlight. In Ironheart Forest, one of the beautifulest places to be when you're a wolf. And then she slowed down and she joined the pack with many other wolves. She specifically went over to one tree. There were lots of cubs, and she lay down and the cubs started to feed off her. And the cats laid down with her. And they got to feel what it feels like to be in a wolf pack. Connected, strong family. She moved her paws and pulled the cats in towards her so that they were all laid around her with the cubs. It felt like home. Like they were back to being kittens. Like, even though she wasn't feeding them, she was feeding them. She was loving them, giving them love and energy. They felt like they were being held by their mothers once again, just like they did when they were tiny little kittens. They each went to their own place in their mind and their own experiences from their past. And they got lost there for the longest time, just being held in the love of the wolf pack. And Luna, the mother wolf, and her energy, her healing, loving energy. And then they got tingly feet tingly paws, tingly nose, tingly whiskers, and they found themselves back in front of Monica, this time a little bit more quiet and subdued, still pulled away a little bit into their own memories from their pasts, until Monica said, "Are you ready for the next page?" They all looked at each other. Monica turned the page. The cats got tingly everywhere. And then it got loud, super, super loud, and they found themselves in the middle of Jurassic Park. There was fires going off, there was dinosaurs running all over, chasing each other, there were trees falling down. It was absolutely chaotic, and Cherry called it. "Oh my gosh! I'm not ready for dinosaurs! I'm not ready for Jurassic Park! Cut! Cut! Cut!" With that, they all snapped back to Monica, and Monica closed the book. "Maybe," she said, "we'll do Jurassic Park another time. But every time I can come over, I'll read you some pages from the Daydreamer book. How's that?" The cats all agreed that that was a fantastic idea, and it was the bestest book in the world, and of course they wanted to keep reading it. It was a magical, magical book, not an ordinary magical book. It was the most magical book that you could ever imagine. Can you imagine how magical it would be to have a book where you went into each page's experience? How cool is that? All three cats got tired and sleepy and decided it was time for real sleeps, to really take a break. Sensory overload, done way too much, experienced way too many things. Now we need to go to sleep. They snuggled in, closed their eyes, said goodbye to Monica, who left until the next time, and started to relax. They relaxed their paws, their bodies, their heads. Everything got heavy and sleepy. The bed was very comfortable and warm. And once again they found themselves as if they were back with Luna in their minds, being snuggled into a family unit, snuggled into their mothers. This was the bestest feeling ever, to be loved by your mummy. And they fell fast asleep, just like that, and had sweet, sweet dreams.